What if I told you that this weekend, you have the chance to witness a rare cosmic event? A comet, racing through space, is on its way to pass near Earth. What does it look like? When can you see it? And most importantly, is this the best time, or is the best yet to come? Excitement is building in the astronomical community as Comet Tsuchinshan-ATLAS moves closer to the Sun and Earth. But how did this journey begin? On January 9, 2023, at the Purple Mountain Observatory in China, astronomers discovered what they first thought was just an asteroid. But by February 22, further analysis revealed something far more thrilling: it was a comet. This comet, named after both the observatory where it was found and the ATLAS search program in South Africa, has traveled for over a year and a half through our solar system. Now, it's about to reach a critical point in its journey, its closest approach to the Sun, known as perihelion. On September 27, 2024, Comet Tsuchinshan-ATLAS will come within 36.38 million miles, 58.54 million kilometers, of the Sun, about the same distance as Mercury, the planet closest to our star. But why does this matter? Comets have fascinated humanity for centuries, often appearing unpredictably and lighting up the night sky with their glowing tails. As Comet Tsuchinshan-ATLAS continues to brighten, stargazers across the globe are preparing for the chance to glimpse this celestial traveler. Is this just the beginning of something spectacular? Comets like Tsuchinshan-ATLAS remind us of the vast, mysterious universe beyond our world, an invitation to look up and wonder. But the big question remains: how can you make sure you catch a view of it before it disappears again? Now that you know about Comet Tsuchinshan-ATLAS and its incredible journey, the next step is to make sure you don't miss the chance to see it with your own eyes. So, when and where should you be looking? When to observe? The best window to observe the comet starts from Friday, September 27th, and continues until Tuesday, October 1st. But this comet won't be hanging around all day. You'll need to be up early to catch it. The prime time to look for Tsuchinshan-ATLAS is approximately 45 minutes to 1 hour before sunrise. So, set your alarm clock and plan to be outside between 5:55 a.m. and 6:10 a.m. local time. This 15-minute window will give you the highest chance of spotting the comet as it slowly rises into the sky, just before the morning light begins to wash it out. Where to look? Finding the comet might be tricky since it will be low on the horizon. Here's how you can pinpoint its location. Tsuchinshan-ATLAS will be at an altitude of about 5 degrees above the horizon. That's incredibly low, so you'll need a clear, unobstructed view to the southeast, no trees, buildings, or hills in the way. To locate it, look toward the southeast, about 10 degrees to the right of due east. Now, how do you measure these angles without professional equipment? Use your clenched fist. Holding your fist at arm's length against the horizon will measure approximately 10 degrees across. So, if you want to find the comet, imagine it sitting about half a fist, 5 degrees, above the horizon and 1 fist to the right of east. Using binoculars for better visibility. Given that the comet will be so low in the sky and close to the horizon, it's important to bring a pair of binoculars to increase your chances of seeing it. Atmospheric absorption, the haze that's always present near the horizon, can reduce the comet's brightness, making it harder to spot with the naked eye, especially so close to sunrise. A good pair of binoculars will help cut through that haze and make the comet more visible. Look for a faint, fuzzy object. Unlike stars, which shine as sharp points of light, comets have a more diffuse appearance, with a glowing head, called the coma, and a faint tail extending upward. With a bit of luck and good conditions, you might even spot it without binoculars after identifying it first through the lens. Now that you know the best time and place to look for Comet Tsuchinshan-ATLAS, let's talk about what exactly you'll be seeing. Observing a comet is a unique experience, and there are a few things to keep in mind as you scan the sky. What the comet will look like. Unlike the bright, sharp points of light that stars give off, a comet has a more diffuse, blurry appearance. What you'll be looking for is a fuzzy ball of light, called the coma, with a faint tail stretching away from it. The head of the comet might not look very distinct, but if you're lucky and using binoculars, you'll notice the glowing coma with a faint dust tail trailing behind it. the brightness of Comet Tsuchinshan-ATLAS is expected to be somewhere between +2 and +3 magnitude. For reference, this is about the same brightness as the stars that make up the bowl of the Big Dipper constellation. However, since the comet will be so close to the horizon, only 5 degrees above, it will be battling atmospheric absorption. Atmospheric absorption, a challenge near the horizon. Because the comet will be so low in the sky, it will appear dimmer than it actually is. The lower the object is on the horizon, the more atmosphere its light has to pass through. This leads to atmospheric absorption, where the haze and particles in the air make the object appear fainter. At 5 degrees above the horizon, the comet's brightness could be reduced by as much as 2 magnitudes. For example, a comet with a magnitude of +2 might appear as faint as +4 due to this effect, making it harder to spot with the naked eye. It's important to remember that you're not looking for a bright pinpoint like a star, but rather a more diffuse, blurry light. Competing with morning twilight. Another factor working against your observation will be the gradual brightening of the sky as dawn approaches. About 1 hour before sunrise, nautical twilight begins. This is when the sky is still dark enough to see some stars, but the horizon is starting to brighten. As each minute passes, the background sky will get progressively brighter, making it harder to distinguish faint objects like a comet from the increasing light. This means time is of the essence. Once you spot the comet in your binoculars, try to lock your eyes onto it before the growing twilight fades it out completely. Using the moon as a reference point. If you're observing the comet on the morning of Monday, September 30th, you'll have a little help. At that time, a waning crescent moon, just 5% illuminated, will rise about an hour before sunrise. It will be sitting 13 degrees directly above the eastern horizon. This gives you a great reference point to find the comet. Once you locate the moon, look about 15 degrees to the lower right of it. That's where Comet Tsuchinshan-ATLAS should be. Again, use your clenched fist held at arm's length to measure those 15 degrees, about 1.5 fist widths away from the moon. The unpredictability of comets. As with all comets, there's always a chance that Tsuchinshan-ATLAS could surprise us. While current predictions place its brightness between +2 and +3 magnitude, it's possible the comet could brighten unexpectedly as it nears the sun. If that happens, it might be visible more easily, even with the unaided eye, cutting through the dawn twilight more brilliantly than expected. But, as of now, it's best to keep expectations realistic. Comets are notoriously unpredictable, and while this one may be faint, it's still a rare and awe-inspiring opportunity to catch a glimpse of something from the outer reaches of our solar system. While this weekend offers one of the first opportunities to observe Comet Tsuchinshan-ATLAS, it's important to remember that the comet's journey is far from over. In fact, the most exciting part of its passage might still be ahead. The perihelion, a close encounter with the Sun. The most significant moment in the comet's current journey is its perihelion, the point at which it comes closest to the Sun. This occurs on Friday, September 27th, when the comet will be just 36.38 million miles, 58.54 million kilometers, from the Sun, a distance comparable to that of the planet Mercury. As the comet approaches the Sun, the intense heat causes the ice and other volatile materials within the comet to sublimate, transforming directly from solid to gas. This process can cause the comet's coma, the bright, glowing head, and tail to grow dramatically in size and brightness. Sometimes, comets even become visible during the day if they get close enough to the Sun and develop a particularly bright coma and tail. However, it's not just the brightness that changes. The tail, made up of gas and dust particles, can become more pronounced, stretching millions of kilometers into space, away from the Sun. This is the result of solar winds pushing against the materials being released from the comet's surface. Post-perihelion brightening, what's next? Many comets experience their peak brightness after perihelion, as they travel away from the Sun and their tails become even more prominent. This could very well be the case for Comet Tsuchinshan-ATLAS. While the current predictions suggest a modest brightness this weekend, things could change dramatically in the weeks following perihelion. As the comet moves back out into space, away from the Sun, October could present even better viewing opportunities, especially if the comet brightens more than expected. During this phase, the comet will be higher in the sky and easier to spot in both the morning and evening hours. Why are comets so unpredictable? Comets are often described as some of the most unpredictable celestial objects. Their brightness and behavior can shift rapidly as they respond to the solar environment. This is because comets are composed of a mix of ice, dust, and gases, and as they approach the sun, they begin to lose mass. Some comets break apart or evaporate entirely, while others brighten dramatically. The unpredictable nature of comets is part of what makes observing them so exciting. Comet Tsuchinshan-ATLAS may remain faint, or it could undergo significant changes that make it a brilliant sight. Some of the most spectacular cometary displays in history have come from comets that suddenly exceeded all expectations, lighting up the sky in a blaze of glory. Looking forward to October. If you miss the opportunity to observe the comet this weekend, or if the weather doesn't cooperate, don't worry, October is likely to bring even better chances. As the comet moves farther away from the sun, the conditions for viewing it improve. The comet will appear higher in the sky, and with any luck, it could brighten enough to be visible without the aid of binoculars or telescopes. Astronomers are particularly hopeful that the early to mid-October timeframe will provide the best viewing conditions. If Comet Tsuchinshan-ATLAS continues to brighten as expected, it could put on a truly memorable show, visible from more locations around the world. Will the comet return? One of the mysteries of comets is their orbital periods, the time it takes for them to complete one journey around the sun. Some comets, like Halley's Comet, return to Earth's vicinity every 75 to 76 years, while others, like the famous comet Hale-Bopp, take thousands of years to return. As of now, the future path of Comet Tsuchinshan-ATLAS is still being studied. It's possible that this could be a once-in-a-lifetime event, where the comet won't return for thousands of years, if at all. This makes it all the more special to take advantage of this opportunity while it's visible. Comet Tsuchinshan-ATLAS is more than just a fleeting celestial object, it's a reminder of the vast, mysterious universe that surrounds us. As it passes close to the Sun and Earth, we have a rare chance to witness a cosmic event that connects us to the ancient past, when comets sparked awe and wonder. This is a fleeting opportunity. Comets like Tsuchinshan-ATLAS may only come by once in a lifetime, if ever again. While it may not shine as brightly as some other comets, it still carries the power to inspire, reminding us of how small we are in the grand scale of the cosmos. Take a moment to pause and look up. In a world filled with distractions, events like these remind us to reconnect with the universe and our place within it. Whether you catch a glimpse of the comet or not, this is a chance to rekindle curiosity and wonder about the world beyond our own. Share this experience, invite others to step outside and gaze at the stars, because sometimes, the rarest beauty lies in the simplest act of looking up.